Okay, good day, my dear students. Today we're gonna discuss the module 2 of RPH, Reading in the Philippine History, no? Okay, let's start. Share your thought first about these pictures. What is your perspective about the photo number 1, which is the pyramid? Hmm. Uh, yes, gawa sa bato. Mukhang matigas. Gawa sa photo number 2, gawa rin sa bato. Gawa sa photo number 3. Mukhang luma na yung book and yes, gusto ko makita yung picture, miss. Do you wanna know the content, miss Rodriguez? Okay. So, okay. Ganyan, yan ang ating pag-aaralan kung ano kaya yung mga yan. How are they related to ours lesson for today? Yan. So, let's first understand the objective. Number 1, identify the criteria and evaluating primary and secondary source materials. Number 2, assess primary and secondary source materials and evaluate the provenance of primary source. Factors that influence the authenticity of the primary source. So, ito yung mga bagay na kung saan nakaka-apekto sa valuation ng source. Number 1, yes, the credibility. Number 1 is the credibility. So, what is the evidence value of the content? Kapag sinabi ng credibility, kayang value niya. Example of that, ganito. May nagsabi na na-experience niya, siya daw ang primary source. However, wala siyang value. Niniwala ka ba? Mukhang hindi naman kapani-paniwala yung mukha niya. Niniwala ka ba? Kilala siya bilang kriminal sa lugar niyo. Example, sabi niya, nakita ko yung nangyari, ganito yung nangyari. Paano kapag isa siyang mentally challenged na tao? Ano siyang sakit sa pag-iisip? Maniniwala ka ba? So, credibility is sometimes a factor. Number 2 is date. Kailan ba ito nagawa? Kasi sometimes the date influence the source. Kasi ibig sabihin, pag mas malapit sa time ng mismong event, yung document, then that is legit or more legit or close to legit rather. Yes, close to legit. Example, sabi niya, na witness niya ang World War II. Na-witness niya ang World War II. Gumawa siya ng book. Kaso, yung date ng pinublish niya yung book is 2000. 2000. Ayun, yes, 2000. Knowing that World War II happened 1940s. Tapos nag-publish siya ng book 2000. Parang naka-apekto yung date. Sa date, maaring tend to forget. Maaring makalimutan. Yan yung date. Kanya nakaka-apekto yung panahon, no? So, authorship, who write it? Sino man nagsulat? Sino nagsulat? Kasi maaaring maka-apekto yan kasi you know what? Maaaring bias yung author. Or yung author is hindi niya naman feel yung genre na yun. Ano pa? How about the place? Sometimes distance effect, no? Lalo na kapag malayo sa mismong event. Pag malayo sa mismong event, syempre hindi mo gaano makikita. Then, maaaring maka-apekto. Also sa localization. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na localization or baluarte or yung baluarte system. Ano na selection. Sample, example, may taga Bicol. Syempre, of course, papanigan niya yung si Lenny. And kapag may taga Norte naman, papanigan niya si Marcos, then they tend to, yes, produce a bias output. Sa analysis naman, what pre-existing materials are basis for its production? Ano yung pinanggalingan ng output na yan or ng documents na yan sa analysis? Okay. So, yan ay SIDAPA or yes, SIDAPA. Credibility for C, P for date, authorship for A, P for place, and A for analysis or SIDAPA. Now, let's go to the chronology of the document. So, ito dapat yung mga titingnan nyo if you're looking for a document. So, number 1, chronology refers to the development of the document, maybe original copy or a copy of the copy. So, if you're looking for a source, tingnan mo yung development ng document. Kopya na ba siya? Ito ba yung original or not? O maaaring replica na lang to. Ganyan yun. Tandaan nyo na primary source if it's the original. And kapag copy na lang, that is secondary source. And secondary source and primary source are legit kapag they publish closer to the time of the event. So kapag mas tumatagal-tagal na siya, na na-publish nagkaroon ng iba't ibang version, na maaaring nahaluan na siya ng subjectivism. Nagkakaroon na ng dagdag bawas based on the perspective of the different authors. Number 2, the genesis of the documents includes the situation and the authorities during the document production. Paano ba nag-start yung document na yan? Diba? Number 3, the originality of the documents include the nature of the document, whether it's an eyewitness account or merely passing of existing information. So, saan ba nanggaling? Nakita mo ba? Narinig ba? Nanggaling ba sa isang secondary source or nanggaling sa primary source? Then, you have to know in order to know the legibility of the documents or to know the credibility of the documents, no? Meron pa, the interpretation of the documents pertains to deducing and increasing the meaning of the document. Siyempre, kapag in-interpret yan, ay nadadagdagan at nababawasan yung content. Oo. The authorial authority of the documents refers to the relation between the document subject matter and its author. Diba? The competence of the observer refers to the author's capability and qualification to clinically comprehend and report information. Okay. Because there's an event na even though yung tao, yung source is nasa event mismo, kung hindi niya naman naintindihan, hindi niya naintindihan maigi, maaaring pingi siya, hindi ka nakitang maigi, may mga hindi siya naintindihan event, mga pangyayari ganyan, naguluhan siya, maaaring nahihilo siya, maaaring hindi niya mag-gets yung language na ginamit, o kasi siguro isa siyang Ilocano tapos yung language na ginamit is Kapampangan, diba? O kakaroon na dyan na yes, dito papasok yung the competence of the observer. Excuse me. And next is the trustworthiness of the observer. Refers to the author's integrity. Totoo ba? Totoo ba ang kanyang totoo ba kanyang na-witness? Wala bang siyang dinagdag? Pagkakatiwalaan ba siya? May credibility ba to? Yes. Doon nakapasok yung trustworthiness of the observer. Kasi knowing na kapag yung observer na pinanggalingan ng source is medyo sinungaling, syempre, mo nang hindi dapat yan. Hindi yan totoo. See? Okay. So, okay, that's the lesson. Thank you for your listening. Okay, ulitin ko lang. Mm. Bakit nga ba? Bakit ko natanong itong nasa number 2 before weekends rather? Kasi, yes. Nung thought mo dito, sabi mo kanina, mukhang maganda yung class, ganyan. Mukhang gawa sa bato. Then, you know what? Pyramid is considered as primary source. Kasi nag-exist siya before the event. Ano ba yung event? Yung nangyaring civilization during the time of the Egyptian. Okay. Pag kinonsider mo kung matigas mo kang gawa sa bato, that is external criticism. Bakit? Kasi nakapokus ka sa form. Nakapokus ka kung saan gawa, anong panahon kaya ito ginawa, ano kayang weather nung panahon na to. Yung ganyan. If you're referring to a context, if you're referring to the appearance, then that is external criticism. Pero pag gusto mong malaman yung content, yung nilalaman, yung deeper understanding, that is internal criticism. Ikaw, sabi mo kanina, bakit kaya may hawak na parang sulo itong, yes, Statue of Liberty. Tapos parang may hawak siyang papel. Well, yes. Bakit kaya may corona? Kung ganyan ang iyong perspective, pag may nakita kang isang maaring source, then you are showing internal criticism. So gusto mong malaman yung deeper understanding. Tulad ng gusto mong malaman yung meaning sa mga symbols, bakit may corona, ano kayo ibig sabihin yan, bakit parang may hawak na note. Sa photo number, sabi mo, bakit kaya mukhang luma? Saan kaya gawa yung saan gawa yung libro? Then that is external criticism. But pag gusto mo lang malaman yung content, yung nilalaman, that is internal criticism. And I guess that ends our test. That ends our meeting. I hope you learned something. Yes, thank you. And bye-bye.